If I come, make sure you come.
Okay.
Only you be my madam. No for you, no be haram. My Coca-Cola mixed with
That's why. Okay, so I think this one is for your husband. You should have dedicated it before singing. Hello and welcome to the show. Welcome to Tamale, where we fix our lenses on all things Tamale and by extension the Northern region. I am Aisha Mohammed, your host, and today we'll be hosting one of the famous and beautiful lady Gifted Tima on her much anticipated poetry show, which comes off on the 24th of February 2024 at the Radaj Lodge and Conference Center with the show name Mixed Bag Poetry Show. And you wouldn't want to miss that because we have her right here in the studios where we'll be engaging her on some conversations and for her to clear some myths and misconceptions about this whole show and what you need to know and more. So all you need to do is to be here. Also on the show, you can't be here without having fun. So we are educating and having fun as well. So with me is my pick and act box. And yes, Gifted Tima will be picking one of this to act before we kickstart the conversation for today. Welcome to the studios, Gifted Tima.
Thank you very much.
Before you even pick and act, I would love that you introduce yourself to our viewers to know you better than I do in the studios, and that you can pick and act before we start the conversations.
Okay. So my name is Gifted Tima. I'm a spoken word artist, a professional teacher, and a youth activist as well.
And a mother.
Let me add that one.
Welcome once again to the
Thank
studio.
you.
So you pick this. You pick one of this in the box.
Okay.
And let's see what you're acting for us today.
Let me see.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Can I give it to you? I should read it.
You read it. Let's
Okay. Sing 2 songs from the North.
Okay. So which ones can you remember that you want to sing for us? Because welcome to Tamale is the show. And we want to see how you welcome us to Tamale.
Okay, so I will sing one song from Don Sigley and then another one from Fancy Gadam.
Okay, so let's go.
Okay, so the first one, Don Sigley.
Okay.
Kindness is your CPU.
Hey.
Lifeless, the world without you. And in your heart is the plant of love. I bow down with respect to praise your name. Whoa, woman. Priceless woman.
Hey,
strong woman. Phenomenal woman.
So let me come. What's the title of this song from Don Sigley?
Woman.
Oh, okay, all right.
I did it with him.
Okay.
So we did a collaborative work.
Hey, to see poets and music,
and
that's
music,
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take the second one.
Okay, Fancy Gadam. If I come, make sure you come. Only you be my madam. No be you, no be haram. My Coca-Cola mixed with a lime. If I come, make sure you come. Only you be my madam. No for you, no be haram. My Coca-Cola mixed with lime.
That's why. Okay, so I think this one is for your husband. You should have dedicated it before singing. Okay, so that's just by the way. At least you're not just a poet, but you can actually sing as well.
Absolutely.
Because to have discovered that you have this song with Don Sigley, it's a great one. And maybe after here I'll try to listen to that as well. The title is Woman. Okay, great. So we'll just dive into the conversation now. After your pick and act. So yes, can you share with us or tell us what inspired or what motivated you to even try poetry? Because from all indication, even though you mentioned you are a poetess, you are also a teacher, a mother, an activist and all that. I see it to be a whole lot.
Absolutely.
But you are so managed to fit into this. What's the motivation? What inspired and what brought all this up?
Okay, so the inspiration is just from the passion that I have for humanity. I just believe that in order for you to make a change, you need to use your voice. Whatever talent that you have, the innate talent that you have, you need to exude it so that people can actually feel it, and it can also benefit them as well. So I think it just boils down to humanity. The inspiration is just coming from the humanity aspect of it, how to inspire people.
Okay. All right. So we are basically here because of your mixed bag poetry show. And for me, being in the system and following some of the trends, I know there are a lot of poetry people out there as well, and in one way or the other have organized a lot of shows already, which people have patronized, and you have been in the system for a while as well.
Absolutely.
Why your poetry show now, when you had all the opportunity or when you were available all this while, but yet you didn't come up with any poetry show? Has there been any reason or anything that hindered that aspect or that part of you?
Okay, so one thing about me is that I don't rush into things just because others are doing it, so I should also do it. No, I take my time to organize myself very well. And then during that particular period, I realized that I didn't need that show at that time. I just needed people to listen to my works, bring myself out so that the people can see and then appreciate my works. So basically that was a mindset initially. Then fast forward, I just realized that right now that the fan base now know me for a couple of years, then it's good that I stage a show so that even if they see me online, but they haven't been able to see me physically, good, they can also come on that particular event and then see me physically, so that we can even have a one-on-one interaction.
And that is a big privilege for the fans as well.
Absolutely.
At least to know who they are following or who they are liking at the end of the day. Okay, so for every event, it has a focus or it aims at something. If you could share with us what the Mixed Bag Poetry Show aims at or focuses on, we'll be grateful. Okay,
so basically the Mixed Bag Poetry Show is just going to focus on inspiring people, informing them, and then also educating them as well. So we are in an election year, so we are actually going to infuse that one into that, so that some particular artists will also be performing poems or other stuffs, and is going to be centered on just election. And then others will also talk about things that has to do with our society, things that has to do with the youth, things that has to do with women, and things that has to do with motivation. So in fact, it's going to be a whole lot of things packaged on one event. So essentially, that's the reason why I even named the show Mixed Bag Poetry Show. So that it's being that like it's going to bring a different variety of artists together, so that they can also come out and exude the talent that they have.
Okay. Yeah. All right, great. So still viewing us live on the Welcome to Tamale show or podcast, whatever you want to call it. And then this is proudly produced by GAIDA.COM, and we are doing this with Gifted Tima today. And our conversation is geared toward the Mixed Bag Poetry Show. I think the next thing I want to ask, why Mixed Bag Poetry Show? Because mix means there's a lot of things or varieties you are coming up with. Absolutely. And all that. So why Mixed Bag Poetry Show and not any other name?
As you said it rightly, mixed bag. So it's a phrase, which means variety. So it's going to be variety of art display on that particular day. So we are going to have poetry, we'll have music, we'll have painting. And then comedy and stage play as well. So it's just going to be different variety of artists coming out to bring or project what they have for the audience.
So what should participants or attendees or your fan base expect from this Mixed Bag Poetry Show? What should they anticipate?
They should anticipate something entertaining, something educative, and something that is something uplifting. Yeah.
Any special highlights or performances?
From me or from that?
From the mixed bag poetry show. Yes.
So it's going to be full of surprises.
Okay.
And in fact, I don't want to bring it out now. So I just want people to come. Since it's a surprise, they should come on that particular day and then see it by themselves.
Okay. So as a poet in Northern Ghana, what do you expect to achieve from this show you want to stage in Tamale?
Yeah. So what I want to achieve is to have a peaceful cohesion in the upcoming election, and also let the people know the importance of women empowerment. Let the people know how we can come together as youth to become better version of ourselves, have a purpose in life, and then a passion that is driven for change. Exclude in our endeavors.
In several occasions, pay attention to the dramas, which we call in the local dialect the lunsi. Is there any point you did from observing or maybe taking some words from their drumming and all that? If yes, if you could just take a line or two of such points for us, I appreciate it. That would be great.
Okay. You know, there are those that I take my inspiration from. Some of them I even go to them. I ask them about, like, if you have to say this, how do you say it in Dagbani? Like, those stuffs. And they are willing to help me. Absolutely. So when I was at that particular program, I made the person did the appellation. Then later I came on board and then I did my performance. So all these things, they are the beauty of the art. And it made people appreciate it the more. Because when you have to do it, you need to do it in such a way that, like, the people resonate with it very well. Like, they already know it. You know, the Lungsi people already know what they do. But our own is a new thing that they still want to get into contact with. So you need to let the things that they are conversant with come in first, then you also bring your own. So that's the more reason why I brought the Lunsi. Then I also came on board, and then they in fact they liked it. I hope you've seen how they were so happy seeing it. So let me give you a line on it.
Okay, sure.
Andunia biaram zira, andunia dunwal benchara, andunia yil tampuli, wala zirbala am kwabga, pabanda zingare, fara chetong no kwang yil charle, ka ganda borla pabishi. Wala yil no kong wanzirle ka ganda borla pabishi ka malmal tile chana ka biyal nirbisim da paba na hunchel tangban ka tamtima tampa wuni pa ngun nyandin yelmini de bobre sapa kana niti yesi zani inche an duniya ton talni ka cento ku tafakkar no wahalala nayin malgana mbati jilma zo dama ba kan male pa kazan busi pa jin malpi pa nyala na wompini.
So for once, I was just quiet and listening. And what I want to ask is, you know, when it comes to poetry, it's like something that has to do so much with emotions.
Absolutely.
And so you need to pay keen attention to the words to be able to appreciate what one is saying and all that. So what I want to ask is, what would you say is the difference between music and poetry? Because we have some music too that you can really relate with, or those that has to do with emotions. And you have to pay attention to whatever rhythm or lyrics or what they are using before you appreciate it. What is the difference between music and poetry?
So in layman's terms, when you look at music, there's sound in music, and then there's sometimes the sound too. It's like they do that kind of
active
it's danceable.
Ones,
So when you look at our own, sometimes without even the sound, you can you have to take a keen attention. Like you have to pay a very keen attention to it before you now understand the concept of it. So essentially, layman's terms, that's how we are.
All right. So what has been the challenges in your journey so far in poetry? What challenges have you faced so far? And have you for once ever regretted that you are doing this?
When you look at the regret aspects, no, I've never regretted for doing it. I know the challenges are numerous, but I believe that the challenges there are things that would build me up all the time. So that one, anything that you want to do, definitely you should expect challenges to come. But the challenges would rather build you up so that you can stand on your feet and do what you want to do. The challenges one, it has to do with fans. Yes. And the second one, it has to do with the people appreciation of it. It's still very limited. Like how you expect them to understand and value it. It's still not going as expected. And then the sponsorship and like people to come on board and sponsor you too, it's a bit challenge for us,
because they don't even understand. They are not to fit into
absolutely.
And you're asking that they sponsor, they don't really see the need to. So yes, we could just use this opportunity to tell our viewers that if you want to sponsor the Mixed Bag Poetry Show, Gifted Tima is in. Before she leaves, I'm sure we'll have contacts and further information, or if you want to make inquiries, how we can reach out to her and all that, so that you can support the Mixed Bag Poetry Show. Still on the challenges, your show is on the 24th of February at the Redage Lodge and Conference Center. There's also a famous artist, Ataka, the rapper, right? Who has his concert to that is North to the World coming off on that same day. How are you coping with this? Maybe people would say you intentionally did it or something. I don't know, but I just want you to clarify that for us. Is it that you knew about their show and you came up with yours, or coincidentally you all set your dates and it's on the same day? Because these are two different things
all
but
together.
On the same day.
You know, I started planning it. That was last year. Myself and then my team, we started planning the event last year, and we even set the date last year. So we did everything, our preparation last year, and unfortunately Ataka also brought the date out on, and we realized that it coincides. It's the same day. So I don't know what to do. But there's a misconception that people have about this. There's a lot of disparity between the two. Poetry and then music is different in altogether. And then the fans that I have, Ataka also has his own fans, so they are different people altogether. It's just like someone selling a banku and then another one is selling fufu. So if you want to go for the fufu, you go. If you want to go for the banku too as well, you have
options.
Absolutely,
and it's left onto the fans to make the decision. I also think even with the timing, what time do you intend to close your poetry show? All things being equal.
Probably.
Because you stated that you start at 8 p.m.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So probably by 11:30 we should be wrapping up. Probably.
So I think it's not really a big deal. Not to speak for you, but I know most music concerts start somewhere 12 to 1 there, and by then all the fans for the Mixed Bag Poetry Show might have dispersed and gone back. And if they still want to patronize the North to the World concert, it's still an opportunity for them to go and have all the fun, because for the North to the World, I'm sure it's going to be appealing. But that's just by the way. So now I want us to look at how do you see the poetry scene evolving in Tamale and Northern Ghana, to be precise?
Okay. So when you look at the aspect of the poetry scene evolving in Tamale, it's now positive. It's positive, because right now how the people embrace it, they used not to embrace it like that. Sometimes back you even do it and someone will go like, hey, I remember me now you get it. But now, like, people, when you are doing it and someone is doing music, like, people actually now know the disparity between the two. So that in itself too is an achievement for me. And also how people are also approaching you, it's also different now. And then how they appreciate it too is now different. So that one in itself, I like the way people are now liking it, and then how people are also embracing it. Even my concert, for example, like when you look at the number of people who are willing to attend it, it's also something. When I look at it, it's so inspirational to me. It tells me that now people are actually understanding what we are doing, and then they are also willing to embrace and appreciate it the more. Yeah.
Okay. So you are welcome to Tamale to appreciate and support Gifted Tima on her upcoming show. That is the Mixed Bag Poetry Show, where we are looking at music, painting, poetry, all that you can mention. Anything fun is what we'll be doing on the 24th of February 2024 at the Radaj Lodge and Conference Center. Time is 8 p.m. sharp, and I'm sure you should be seated before 8 p.m. so that you wouldn't miss any glimpse. And so, Gifted Tima, are there any specific messages or emotions you convey or you have that you convey in your poems when you do them? And then this particular event you want to do, are there any messages or emotions you want to convey?
Okay. So basically, I have different of them. Okay. So some will be centered on inspiration, others will center on people living with disability, and others will be centered on women empowerment as well, because they are poems that when you listen to it, like you feel like crying, like there's this emotions that is attached to it. So, and people need to listen to it and then appreciate those people, especially the vulnerable ones. Like appreciate the fact that they also have the abilities, and it shouldn't always be like we are marginalizing them or we don't really appreciate them. So I think specific emotions will be there. That particular,
All right, sure. So we're looking at our last subject on the show, but before that, I want you to tell us, in everything one does, there's something that is so dear to your heart, or something you also admire in doing yourself, right? Among all the poems you've written, is there any specific one that is so dear to your heart? And if you don't mind sharing with us?
I would say all. They are all dear to my heart. Okay. Because one funny thing about our thing is that we do it through observation. Like you observe the atmosphere, then you try to pen down something about it. So anything that you are doing, or say any project that you bring out, is something that is so dear to your heart. So you don't have a specific one that you can just knock on your chest and say, oh, this one is
Okay.
Yeah.
But based on the emotions, is there one?
Okay. Like the people living with disability, for example.
Okay. So maybe you can take that for us.
Okay, let me see what I can. In this bitter world I was born, like anyone else across the globe, visually impaired, but I had a vision. Hearing impaired, but with a lot of creativity. Sitting in a wheelchair, but not motionless in achieving my dreams. Stars are dying as potentials fade into oblivion. I can only see the illusion of my ambitions dotted on the tongues of my sistren. For persons living with disabilities have been restricted by societal insensitivities. Left to the mercy of your 1 cedi under the scorching sun on the streets of Abu Abu Market, when they can equally use their God-given talents to contribute to the development of the nation. That's so primitive to humanity, the moral fabric of our existence. Our love for one another must be clothed in sanity. Had Azindo from Zinindo not lived in a community where stigma is the order of the day, he could have ridden his bicycle across Ghana with one leg, given his passion for biking. This would have been an amazing feat that would gain international recognition. Pambin yel na nandang kwalgo kuso objindene. Ashe andunya nam nambo abjela benini de kabasuhreni. Wa, kabutunya katibingu. Kadala ni taramba kwansi na pontaransi nambala kashalnwal ni. Amam buarame. Nuno bang ne bichar dama mo le bichiri jedu onibjim. Anyi nandambo wuna kabukata dunia. Badu amama kan nina fa ama kan le mal tahwala. Takuba na burgu ama kan le mal dunia bukata yashele. Nyartilam pulungo zo kamorin ya targa nindi dunia danfani. The mal nambo apa. Let's acknowledge that persons living with disabilities can equally make an impact when given an opportunity. They may lack physical vision, but that cannot quench their burning desire to use their innate vision to manufacture a television. Sitting in a wheelchair doesn't mean they cannot reach their dream destination. I cry in my heart and bleed in my eyes when a person living with disability is being stigmatized and humiliated by so-called able people. I just wish we could slow down and take our time to get to know the inherent talents persons with disabilities possess. It's about time we change our behavior towards the disabled and treat them well, for we are all equal. It's about time we showed love and affection for the disabled. With our purpose, with our mindset, we can create a purpose. Let's paint their heart with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Let's love and value the ability of a person living with a disability. Tima is the name.
And all right, this and more is what we will be expecting on the 24th of February 2024 at the Radaj Lodge and Conference Center. So for the period or the moment she was speaking, I was just like one zombie who is listening to someone. So Gifted Tima, does someone write your points for you or you do them by yourself?
When it comes to the writing, I do them by myself.
Okay.
But when it comes to the ideas too, I usually sort from other people.
Okay.
Like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Then they will also add up something. Then I'll pick it from there. You know, you can't have everything inside your own basket. You need to definitely sort from other people. Then together it can make a beautiful story for others to be inspired with.
But it's poetry like music where you can ask another to write for you and you are still able to read based on the emotions you want to fix in, knowing what word to say at what point and all that. Is poetry the same as music in that regard?
It is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. You know, when I even started, I used to have mentors, those that I pick inspiration from. So some of them, I can even go to them and then I tell them that this is what I want to do. You know, when you are still a novice or an amateur in something, definitely you need guide very good. So that they can guide you as to how to go by it. So sometimes I can get some lines, some stanzas from some of my mentors too.
Yeah. So just mentioning mentors, who are these few people you did love to mention? So I know that there are a lot in growth and in self-development. There's always a lot of people who play a role in your life, but just a few that you did want to share for the purpose that they might be watching this video and would be happy that you acknowledge their support.
Their support, yeah. Like the likes of Alas and Rabiu. A very big shout out to him. And then there's another one to Abdurrafiq Okut Thompson. They are not really famous, in the system like that people can really know them, but they are doing amazing things. Okay. So they are those that I can mention. Yeah. Okay.
All right, great. So let's take a last bite on the show. What would one do, or how do one reach out, or where can they get the tickets should in case they want to take part in this event? You want to share any contact or for further inquiries, and among others, who are they reaching out to? And if someone needs the tickets, where can they get the tickets in and all that? Okay,
so with regards to the tickets, they can call. So we have the regular and the VIP. So the VIP is 50 cedis. The regular is 30 cedis. Okay. So you can call 024 982 5894. I repeat that again. 024 982 5894. For your ticket. And that's for ticket reservation. But if you also want to come to the venue itself and then grab your ticket as well, it's also a way you can. It's also a way you can also get it as well. Okay. Yeah. Right. And mind you, there will be refreshments as well. So you'll be enjoying the poetry, you'll be enjoying other form of art, and then be sipping as well. You'll be sipping some drinks.
That's the most important item. Okay, so Gifted Tima is saying that if you need any ticket reservations, or if you need to get any of the tickets for the next bar poetry show, all you need to do is to call this number at 024 982 5894. 024 982 5894 for any tickets, or depending on the number of tickets you want to reserve, just call the number of mention and you get those tickets. Any social media handles you want to share so that the viewers can follow or reach out? Some can even DM you there, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So all my socials, like YouTube, Gifted Tima, Instagram at Gifted Tima, Facebook, Gifted Tima, TikTok too at Gifted Tima. Wherever you are, you can follow me and then we'll pick it up from there.
Okay, so she says all her socials. So any of the social media handles you go to, just type Gifted Tima and then you have the handles there. Follow. You can equally DM it there if you don't want to reach out to the number we mentioned. I think it was great having you today, and we're hoping that you have a successful program, and then we'll have you back here in these studios to share the success of the program, what went right, what went wrong, and all that. But all we can say now on the Welcome to Tamale podcast is to say that we wish you all the best, and we hope that the show goes as planned. All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.